here.
We steer
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Brady. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Yeah.
Lord Taco.
Yeah.
Pray to you.
Tacoing it up
every night. Oh man.
Yes.
I know you didn't watch it, Tom, but
I saw some clips. I'm actually surprised that it was good because when I heard about it, I was like, this is probably gonna be the most like mundane, like lighthearted, whatever. But just for some clips that I saw, I was like, you know what? All right, I'm okay with it.
I was under the same sort of impression, and I was gonna try and catch it.
Always.
Regardless, but I remember when it was first announced, it was like, oh my god,
this is gonna be
some sort of like fluff piece where the jokes are lame.
Yep.
But the comedians, they brought it, and Nikki Glaser was probably the best roaster of them all.
She's great.
Like, just destroyed, just crushed. The amount of Aaron Hernandez jokes was...
I saw the stool kicking out joke. I was like, damn.
They're like...
Moosey, hey. Sorry.
But that's
He's not allowed to stand up on the couch because his leg is hurt. It's just...
Oh, yeah.
He has the partial ACL tear. Dude, it's literally 2 to 3 months of bed rest. Do you know how difficult it is to have a 2 to 3 month bed rest with an 80-pound dog who wants to just run around?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Not fun. Not fun. Anyway.
Yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe was good. It was a legit roast, and that's what made me happy. Like, I think anybody who watched roasts, they kind of like went away for a while. They used to be on Comedy Central, and they
got
were
overplayed. They got blah.
This one was too long too, and like what you learn when you're watching a roast, right? It's kind of like Twitter in that there's a certain amount of things you're gonna go after and you're gonna joke about.
Sure.
And everybody's gonna go after those same things. That becomes redundant after a while, but you're just like, who's going to get the best Aaron Hernandez joke in there? Who's going to get the Tom Brady got divorced in there? Like all of it. And so like the comedians they crushed it. And I was far more, I really just enjoyed professional comedians go as hard as they could after everybody in the room. And of course, Tom. And I think a lot of like football fans were watching to see like what's Belichick going to say, what's Edelman or Gronk going to say, and all that stuff was fine. But
Edelman
it was
roasting Belichick
a pleasant surprise. Like also infuriating, Tom, as somebody who has been roasting that man for 11 fucking years.
It's true. FYTB.
Unsuccessfully, by the way.
Yep.
Ridiculed for it by many.
Yep.
And now all the shit I said, Gronk's out there saying, Edelman saying about him. Like the amount of people talking about Julian Edleman sucking Tom's wang, penis, dick, member, cock.
There you go.
Being his F-boy.
That's where we censored ourselves.
It was.
That's where we censored ourselves.
I censored that F-boy. We're in the first 4 minutes. Let me get through 10. Then we'll go to fuckboy. I was jealous that I did not get the opportunity to roast him. And I started to write a script last night before the roast. I was like, I'm going to do a Tom Grossi style video. I got an idea ahead of time, not just me backpedaling and thinking, what am I going to do today? I'll be like, what they cut from Tom Brady's roast. Or my audition for Tom Brady's roast, whatever. So I started writing roasting jokes. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get this son of a bitch. I'm going to get him good. And like 2 minutes into Nikki Glaser, I'm like, I'm not going nearly hard enough. Did you freeze? Did Tom Grossi freeze? I can't tell if Tom is frozen or not. Oh God, he's frozen. Oh, now I'm left alone. If Tom's not frozen, he is the best at pretending to be frozen. Now I'm nervous. You know that scene in Wayne's World where Garth is left on his own and he doesn't know what to do without Wayne. That is how I feel right now. Whoa, Tom's sending. Oh no, Tom's computer died. Tom got an error on his computer. He's coming back.
Sorry, I heard that you did a video that's like kind of like mine, and I just was sent into a fury that I could not control, or my computer died.
I was saying that like I had a decent idea ahead of time, like you.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like somebody reacting. And it was going to be like my audition for the roast that didn't get accepted or whatever. So I started writing like jokes out for it. And I was saying like 2 minutes into watching Nikki Glazer, I was like, I didn't go nearly hard enough on Tom.
Yeah.
And it made me realize like I've gotten soft over the years towards athletes and everything. And I felt shame. I'm like, what happened to you, man?
Yeah.
Soft ass coward.
Yeah. I mean, I've been saying that for years about you, but
yeah. And Drew Beldsoe was also very good.
Drew Beldsoe was very good.
He was very good. I suggest anybody
the two jet joke. I was like, oh
yeah.
Oh, I was like, damn, because I only saw bits and pieces of it. That was kind of just posted afterwards, but damn.
Yeah.
I was like,
the two Jets running into Drew Beldsoe.
Seahawks got Byron Murphy. They should just be happy.
Yeah.
They should just be happy they got Byron Murphy.
Peyton Manning made an appearance.
He
Rock
did.
solid, Peyton. And even at the end, Brady was fine. It's not as good as Manning on stage, but he's good enough.
Did he go up and say, don't say anything about the whole massage thing with Kraft?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was a bit or not.
Yeah, is that a bit or not? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I heard you curse the Packers, buddy. I don't know what your power rankings look like, but I heard you curse the Packers before the season even started.
Well, I didn't. And that might be the last curse for that curse wheel, you know?
Because I'm going to have Jess light it on fire.
Well, we got to get a new one. That one's just...
Can you please make a video of you burning it?
Yeah, we'll definitely get that.
Okay, good. Okay. It ain't even... Like, listen. Family Matters was good. I thought that was pretty solid. Once Meet the Grams came out, it was done. It was done. And there were some people on the Twitter. There was a comment that was like, Tom, I'm surprised you even know about this stuff. I figured you just listened to the Wiggles and the Fox, NFL theme on loop. Which, granted, that makes sense. But listen, growing up in the 90s, having rap beef be like an actual thing, and also like lyrically putting together something about how much you hate another person, that's all respect, baby. I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love the old school roast. That checks all the boxes.
Oh, shit!
Bless you.
Rap. You had to wait for the album though before you got the next taste.
Or you just listen to it on like the radio. Yeah. Sometimes they release it through the radio.
Yeah, but then you're censored by the radio too. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's true.
We get too much stimulation. Too much.
It is too much. I concur. Sinclair's down here now. She just broke down the door.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, so now you're not doing that video, or you are going to do that video?
No.
Too much.
Watching professional comedians and then me trying to be a pretend comedian writing jokes, I'm just like, why even? Like, it was too good. I didn't think it was going to be good, so that's why I was like, I'm going to write some real zingers.
Real zingers,
yeah. Oh, I'm going to go after his character.
Yep.
His jujitsu. Giselle's jiu-jitsu instructor. I was like, I got some good ones here. Nope, nobody will top Nikki Glazer.
Nope.
I don't want to get our video demonetized because I don't know what I can and can't say. That's the other thing. Like, it was on Netflix. They were allowed to say whatever they wanted. I don't know what I can say on YouTube anymore. I'm going to start my own platform. I need to be free.
Now you're
free so I can self-destruct properly.
Don't you know? Like almost 600,000 subscribers.
Yeah. No, I'm doing okay, but I'm not. I don't.
Are you pulling an Aaron Rodgers? Are you?
Huh?
Are you pulling an Aaron Rodgers?
What does that mean?
Nobody's listening to me and I can't talk, but you have 600,000 subscribers?
No, I can talk. I just don't get to say exactly what it is. See, Aaron Rodgers is a good example of why I shouldn't be allowed to say what I want to say.
That's accurate.
You get a peek into someone's mind, and you're like, oh, gross.
You're like, close that door. I don't want that.
I liked the mystery around you, Aaron.
All I care about is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't care about Anthony Edwards. I care about
Anthony Edwards. He's just very good. The matchup for the Nuggets is a nightmare right now.
Yeah, the Timberwolves, they beat the Nuggets, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Avalanche there, but the Golden Knights lost last night too, so I saw that. But the Avalanche gonna be interesting. The Stars won. Oh man, hockey was great. I was watching yesterday. I was watching the Rangers game too. It was good. It was so good. It was great.
Yeah, my theory was that the Nuggets lost because they forced Jokic to play basically right after the Kentucky Derby ended.
Mm.
And Jokic, the thing he loves more than basketball is horse racing. He goes back to Serbia. He does his horse races. Like, that's all he really cares about. Didn't even want to stick around for the Nuggets parade because he just wanted to go be with his horses. And the NBA was like, you know what? You're going to play 5 minutes after the Kentucky Derby ends. He was still good. His bad night is still very good, but too many turnovers. I expect they have to win this next game. Nuggets got to win, I think, 2 in a row, and they'll be back on track. But it's one of those things where the Timberwolves are just like a matchup issue for the Nuggets. Lord Taco, you know how many Tom Brady roasts I can buy with that?
A few Netflix subscriptions, not many.
5, because that's like 5 months of Netflix.
Yeah, there you go.
Johnny John John!
Yeah, Nuggets fans should be worried.
Listen, I heard, I thought they said that it was Steelers Ravens, but talking about the schedule is supposed to release this week because they put out, like, the NFL usually like tells you when it's going to happen, but they like put out a video saying it's coming in May, but they did, it could be this week. It could be next week.
I think it's the 16th, May 16th is what I thought I saw.
I don't think they've announced the official schedule release.
Because I remember seeing it and I was like, oh, like I'll be back home for it. And because last year I felt like I wasn't around. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be streaming.
Week 1, Steelers Broncos. I kind of want them to save it. Like Russell Wilson he'd have to play his old team again opening week. And if this time the Broncos lose
there you go.
To him.
Oh, that'd be rough.
That would be very, very tough for me.
Justin Fields
probably great for my channel, but very tough for me. I'm more.
I don't even know a Wiggles song. It wasn't my time.
Yeah.
It wasn't my time.
Why are you even asking that, Noah?
No, because on Twitter when I commentated on the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef, someone said I assumed you just listened to the Fox and Wiggles. That's it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thought Noah just had a secret obsession with Wiggles.
Oh man, where is it, Brandon?
Well, I didn't win the punishment or lose the punishment. I don't have to do it. I'm gonna get to something. I'm trying to get ready for this trip.
That's it. Broncos that don't have sex. Huh.
Oh yeah, that was a joke. The Colts are just Broncos that don't fuck. I believe that's what Tom Brady said. I'm quoting Tom Brady there.
There you go.
But that's the other part of this that's crazy to me, Tom, is
John Elway. I love how you stopped talking and immediately because I said John Elway and you're like, wait, hold on.
Huh? Do I got to defend this man?
That's how you stop. That's how you stop Brandon Perna from like any just say John Elway and he'll stop for at least a second. He'll get distracted.
I would like to roast Manning, you know? I like to roast somebody I don't think who's gotten really roasted enough.
Yeah, but he's a Colts player, so.
He's a Bronco. Where does he live? Denver. What color tie did he wear last night? Orange. Whose team does he advise? The Broncos.
It does seem like he really bought into the Broncos significantly afterwards.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yep. We can share. We can share. Okay.
That was crazy.
What was I gonna say? Oh, is anybody just kind of surprised where we are now in terms of like how we are allowed to talk about sports and athletes? Like that roast last night was obvious. Like Brady's retired, Gronk's retired, Belichick's not in the NFL right now, Edelman's retired, Robert Kraft was there, but like I don't think I ever saw a world where we would get like a live, nationally available broadcast where people were talking about sucking and fucking Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
We've
like,
come a long way as a society, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's wild to me that like, and I think I say that because like when I started doing YouTube, it was like, I'm going to say that the messed up shit we talk about when we're watching games, it'll be like a different, it's not unique anymore. Like everybody gets to do it. And I love it. Like it's crazy, right? Like
it is. Yeah. The boundaries that have been torn down. Cause I feel like it's interesting. Cause I feel like you mentioned before, you're not going as hard maybe on some athletes as you would have in the past. Would you say that the reasoning for that, besides not even like personally, would you say the reasoning for that is just the amount of athletes who have had platforms to like speak out about themselves and kind of like, so you get to kind of, I don't want to say know them, but you kind of just get to peer behind like the imaginary line? Or do you think it's just you become a soft old man who's a boomer, or both?
The fuck are you talking about, Savvy? Boom. Roasted, idiot. I'm talking about NFL players at the roast. Okay? Never seen a roast before.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Listen.
You fuck.
Brandon was there for the first TV set being created.
Yeah.
All right.
I
so
have been around
all the roasts.
Talking about the changing of. Do you remember? Was there a Terry Bradshaw roast once upon a time?
Remember Daylight Savings Time? He was
maybe
there for the
that was like the last one.
Gregorian calendar. Perna was there.
I think it is like you get a little older, you do get a little softer.
Sure.
But I think it's also like trying to be acceptable for like the next opportunity, whatever that could possibly be.
I get that. That's a great joke.
Right?
That's a
great
joke.
The NFL is closer to us now more so than ever.
Correct.
Right? And they are dabbling and they are giving you access. They are giving Scooter access. Not touching me with the 10-foot pole yet, but it's like maybe. See, after last night, I'm like, I can say whatever I want. I don't think I've said anything that's as fucked up as some of the things I've heard last night, and they were good jokes. But I think it's like part of like wanting to keep like that opportunity open, maybe. And that's probably a delusional fantasy of mine.
I get you. You're like, I could talk and collaborate or work with these people in the future, so I'm not going to tell them that they completely suck ass. I get that.
It's delusions of grandeur, for sure.
100%.
But there's still part of you like, well, maybe somebody will see this episode and be like, you know what, that was actually pretty good. Let's work with that guy.
Rachel, a lime green highlighter with wings. Done. You can give it an ugly beak if you want to. That's
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That'd be good. See, they do. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's Thursday. I think if it's gonna come out, it's gonna be Thursday. It's usually on a Thursday. It's just they're announcing it really late. But they also, because they usually build it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Again,
I thought I saw Thursday, May 16th, but what do I know?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Because that's legitimately their next big event, and then it's dead. Until August. July, you have like people reporting and stuff, but we're gonna get into the deep off season. That's why Perna, you're on. I saw Aaron Nagler's going on vacation. A bunch of people going on vacation now because they're like, okay, we're done. We made it past the draft. Finite.
Vacation time.
That's it. Oh yeah, did you watch any UFL?
I watched a little, but no. I asked Will yesterday. I was like, "What do we want to do for tomorrow?" a UFL review, and I gave him like another option, and he was like, Jesus, the other option, please.
It's too much. Like, it's why
Yeah.
I couldn't commit to it. I was just like, I'm already football. I'm football talked out right now.
Yeah. It's not a knock on the UFL, and I'll get back to it, but this draft specifically, there was just so much that I felt more compelling than the UFL. From everything leading up to it, to all the big quarterbacks we have going, to my team needing a QB, like all of that kind of just trumped it. Once I get back, though, I'll get back to the UFL. And Jake Bates, the kicker, kicked another 60-yard field goal.
Yes, I saw that. Packers signed him.
He will get a look.
Yes. Invaders, natural resources, storms, and natural disasters that happened. Yeah, a whole bunch of combinations of the Indus River Valley. I'm pretty sure Perna actually wrote that language, though. He was there.
Yeah,
So.
Cocaine, also big problem.
I don't know.
Cocaine. Cocaine.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Coca.
That is true. Arrowhead is very loud. It is very loud. It's accurate. So, Perna, I hear you have some power rankings that you did.
I respect that. No, actually, it was loud before Taylor Swift, Tom. Yes, I do have power rankings.
And you cursed the Packers. So the Packers have to be in the top 10 then, right?
Well, dude, this is what's going to make you happy.
I love how you went a little Christopher Walken there. Like, dude.
Yo, dude.
You know.
I could never do a Christopher Walken.
Arrakis.
It's me, Abraham Lincoln. All right, here we go. Boom.
Whoa, at 2?
Did you see it?
2? Damn.
Look,
No
they got something to build on. They got something to build on. Good draft. One splash signing in free agency.
Yes, Jonathan. Yes. Pay for the day for them.
Did they maybe overperform a little bit at the end of the season? Possibly, but like,
No.
I don't know.
2. Wait,
Put him at 2.
You know what? I'm surprised about a few things on here.
It's Jordan Love, though, that,
Gets you excited, huh?
He's just good. I'm not going to deny it.
Hold on. I'm remembering right now post Denver game, and you just saying he's just not good. He's just not.
He wasn't then.
And now you just saying this.
He looked like shit. He looked like every quarterback I've watched for the last 8 years. And then he turned it around, Tom.
It's so good.
It's the best thing. My favorite thing about the NFL is like when I think I figure out something in terms of like how you identify a
Traits
situation, a player, a team proves you wrong. Something changes. A player proves you wrong. With Jordan Love, I'm like, I have seen this so many times, and I've had hope. I have put hope where there should not be hope. So I was like, I was trying to help ease you into the transition of football life might not be good.
It's okay. It only lasted a few weeks.
Jordan Love made me love again.
Okay. You know what my biggest surprise is right now? One, that the Texans are that low. And 2, you have the Ravens above them who you hate. Those are probably my biggest surprise there. I completely understand the Rams. I would be like high on the Rams as well. Dolphins, I really thought about putting on there. Chargers, I'm not as high. I think they'll be better this year. I don't know about top 10 though. Oh, I didn't see that there were more. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
People are very mad I left the Bengals out, and I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's my Tampa Bay. I love Baker, but his offensive coordinator's gone. I feel like the guy he finally
we knew.
gelled with, and Dave Canales goes to Carolina, and I'm just not sold that offense will be as efficient as it was with Canales there. I feel like more is going to be asked of Baker Mayfield. And until I see how that plays out, I don't have a ton of confidence. That's why with the Panthers. Or sorry, the Buccaneers. Red Panthers. That's
Hold
why I
on
left
real
them
quick,
off.
Perna. Hold on real quick. I don't hate the Dolphins. I was going to put the Dolphins on there. I'm pretty sure I even said that in the power ranking video. However, they lost a bunch of people during free agency, and I'm tired of hyping up the Dolphins when they don't live up to the hype. Whether it's injury, whether it's whatever. And Tua has been amazing. Tua, I've been rocking with him for fantasy, 100%. All aboard. I keep waiting for it, but they keep on not showing up. And that I can't. The Jets on paper, I think if Rodgers healthy, they're gonna be a really good team. I gotta wait for it.
Yeah, I mean you're asking the same question with the Jets and the Dolphins.
I've heard.
Last year's seasons are marred by injury, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know who the Jets are with Aaron Rodgers. I left him off because I don't really give a shit right now. Let me see Aaron Rodgers play for a month, and then I'll start buying in on the Jets. The Dolphins, I agree. My thought was just by getting healthy, the Dolphins are a lot better than where they finished last season.
Sure.
So, and I like some of what they did in the draft. Could they fall off the top 10 quickly? Yes, 100%. So I agree with you, Tom, but I got a Mike McDaniel crush still. Tyreek Hill, very good. Jalen Waddle, very good. And then you said I hate the Ravens. I don't hate the Ravens. I hate that they let me down. I don't forgive them for that. I still think they're a good football team. The Dolphins, they also let me down. Odell Beckham Jr., overrated. I've said that dozens of times here. But as a third wide receiver in Miami, I like that fit.
Sure.
I don't think he's going to be like a game breaker, but I feel like, Tyreek Hill's double covered. You've got another option besides Jalen Waddle to throw to. I like the opportunity there.
I agree.
Now, Bengals. Let's talk about the Bengals. You got them at 8. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Here's my thought, Tom. It is
You
May.
forgot about him?
No, I didn't. It's May. I might have forgot about the Jets a little bit. It's May.
There's always one team that you forget.
There's 4 months for Joe Burrow to hurt himself before the season even starts, Tom.
Why would you even say that, Brandon? Why are you putting it out into the world? Why are we even talking about Joe Burrow getting here? They got Amarius Mims. Hopefully he could just be a very large man to protect Joe Burrow.
Yeah, the fact that they took him makes me think he's going to be terrible. The Bengals identifying offensive line talent? Remember when they let Andrew Whitworth go? What did Whitworth do? Beat him in the Super Bowl. Also, let's not put everything on that Bengals line.
Sure.
Joe Burrow, one of the highest sack quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe part of that's on Joe Burrow. Maybe he's got to get rid of the ball a little more quickly. I don't know. Calf injury last year, hand injury. We give Tua so much shit for being injured.
Sure.
Who's been more injured lately? Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Herbert missed a good chunk of last season. His ribs were injured the entire year before. Joe Burrow he's played 2 full seasons out of 4. I'm not saying that means this year he'll be hurt or Herbert will be hurt. I think Herbert actually will be healthy because Harbaugh smartly investing in that line to protect him.
Like the Bengals.
Yeah, but I don't trust their investments. The Bengals are FTX when it comes to offensive line investments, Tom.
I feel like, okay, here's where I can't justify this. I can't justify the Chargers being above the Bengals. There's no shot. Because the Chargers, if we're talking brand new head coach, love it. Go and get Alt, love it. But in terms of just their offense and the weapons that are there, I trust the Bengals a million times more being healthy than a Chargers offense who we haven't seen under this new leadership. And they've also lost a good amount of weapons.
Yeah, that's fair. They're just going to run the shit out of the football, though. Chargers are going to be top 5 in rushing attempts next year. And I think that's going to make Justin Herbert not necessarily statistically better, but a hell of a lot more efficient. And And no, like if Joe Burrow's healthy, then yes, I will be excited to watch the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching Joe Burrow play football.
Can I ask a question about the Strouds though? That one's my. I'm legitimately surprised that you have them down at 8. The Rams, I get. You're high on the Rams because you've been high on the Rams, and I completely understand that because if they pick up where they were last year, like they're gonna look pretty good. I don't. The Bills, I think you're always too high on the Bills, but we've had this conversation 18 times.
But like the Texans, when you look at it, they're the 4th. I've got them basically as the 4th best AFC team at 8, and I think you could argue that.
But aren't you also okay? If you're making the argument for the Packers because it's Jordan Love and they're super young, the Texans are basically the same, but with like more veteran weapons.
Yeah, I still don't trust the way the Texans actually build their team.
Okay. You talking about like the lots of like free agents, like
it's
short-term deals?
Yeah, it's a lot of 1 to 2 year guys.
Okay,
and like part of that's fine. Tank Dell. He is a smaller framed receiver.
Sure.
And I do want to make sure he is healthy all year. I love the addition of Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. But it's Diggs. It's Stephon Diggs. Let's just see how he meshes in that locker room, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even if Stephon Diggs does nothing there, I still think they're going to be a really good football team.
No, I think they're going to be very good. I mean, 8 is good.
So
I don't think they're better than Buffalo. I don't think they're better than Kansas City yet. And between them and the Ravens, a little bit of a coin toss. I think the Texans are going to win that division. I will stay very high on CJ Stroud.
So you have Texans versus Bills right now. You have Bills winning?
Yeah. Probably by 6 touchdowns, if I'm being honest. Just kidding, Buffalo. It'll be 2 touchdowns.
Okay. You have the Colts at 12, which I think is interesting. And again,
did you see the sumo wrestling video with Micah Parsons and CJ Stroud?
No.
Micah Parsons was going against a sumo wrestler. It's pretty good. It's just a clip. It's just a clip on Twitter.
No, I didn't see it.
But everything I see about Micah Parsons and CJ Stroud, every clip of them, I'm like, I like that guy more and more.
Oh, yeah. It's
and
great.
CJ Stroud, not just as a really good quarterback, but like as a person, fucking love that guy.
Listen, I ain't gonna bash Perna for Packers at 2. I'm very happy the Packers are at 2. I think they could be a really, really good football team this year, and they could be one of the better or best NFC teams. I just am like, we'll wait and see. I'm like pumping the brakes a tiny bit and going top 10. Very happy. Put them at 7.
Yeah, you should. You can be logical about your team.
It's fair. It's fair. 2, I love. Listen, I love. They're there at the Super Bowl. I think it's definitely possible. But
I'll tell you what, CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love.
Think of a pass just yet. I can't wait to see that. It's gonna happen at Lambeau. I can't wait. It's gonna be an amazing game. And we get the Colts with Anthony Richardson. Let's go. Let's go.
Talent-wise, they're very close. Personality-wise, CJ Stroud way more interesting than Jordan Love. Jordan Love, very boring, very vanilla.
Shut your mouth about my quarterback.
That's a good thing. Bo Nix is the same way. Bo Nix, except he's even more boring. We are not
comparing Bo Nix and Jordan Love. We are not doing that.
Bo Nix he's like Jordan Love, but better. A lot of people are saying.
Is it just you and you're saying it multiple times in different accents?
No, a lot of people are saying it.
So,
all my really good accents, did you mention my really good impressions?
I didn't say they were good. Very clear.
Look at me. I am doing an accent of pirate sailor boy. Bo Nix, very good.
Bo Nix, very good.
Homer?
Marge Simpson, nailed it.
What other accents you got?
I'll save them for when I get back.
When you get back?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Bills, I think you're just way too high on, but
I'm not.
You're always
I'll die on that. Oh, yeah, the Bills. The Bills are bad. Oh, God.
Did I say they're bad? They're in my top 10.
They lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs. They played the Chiefs better than the Ravens, but let's fucking jerk the Ravens off at number 2,
How did their
everybody.
offseason go? How'd the Bills' offseason go?
Perfect. It's great. They had a nice offseason. They had a great offseason. Solid draft. They got a lot of targets for Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's also what's great too. Buccaneers are just like, you put the Falcons above us. It's kind of great. The Bengals won. The Bengals is low. Right? The Bengals are low. They're low.
We'll see.
They're low.
The best part about this is we haven't watched any of these teams play.
No,
Not a
which is
single
why
game.
it's arguing into the void, which is why this is great. This is why this is great. They did sign Chase Claypool.
Yep, that's why
That
they're
has
going
to
to be
knock
great.
him down at least a few spots.
No, that's going to help him.
Oh God.
All right, let me see what you did that I don't. I think you got the Eagles possibly a little too high. But
So good.
and that's only like we just got to see if they found the right offensive coordinator, right?
That's what I'm looking at and going. Obviously, losing Jason Kelsey's not great, right? They get Saquon, who I think is an upgrade over Swift. Making that secondary already better, and just having different coordinators. I think you're going to see a better football team.
Yeah, Vic Fangio is going to be a huge improvement. But I think like we watched with the Dolphins defense, there's like an adjustment period. And it took a while before I think they started playing to the way Fangio wanted, and then they all got hurt. So as long as they stay healthy, I think their defense kind of comes together after like week 6 or 7. Looks like Perna's getting ready to. No, I'm not off the Lions train. What do you mean? I got him at 6.
Down to 6. Packers above them already.
Yeah, dude, is the NFC getting better? That's where I was kind of struggling with some of the rankings. I think the Niners are a good team. I think the Rams are back to being a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lions are a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's 3 competitive teams up top. I got the Packers very high.
You do.
I think there's a bit more balance back in terms of NFC, AFC, in terms of talent. And a lot of that has to do with Jordan Love being good. It has to do with Brock Purdy playing well. Stafford and the Rams are healthy. And then you got Jared Goff and them Lions. And it's hard to put the Lions harder or higher right now just because they got so far last year.
And they'll have a tougher schedule. Like the division is gonna be better.
Yeah.
You would think. We'll see about the Vikings. The Vikings are a huge question mark right now, but
the NFC South is up for grabs, but you got to. I'm high on the Falcons because they've got a great quarterback situation. We've given them a lot of shit, but they have Kirk Cousins, and if God forbid something happens to Kirk Cousins, they've got one of the most exciting quarterbacks that I think from this draft, with a great offensive line in front of them and lots of weapons.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're utilized. They've had weapons before, but we'll see. We'll see.
Kirk will get him the ball.
AFC North is going to be crazy. AFC North is going to be just like it was last year. It's going to be because like that's another team too is the Cleveland Browns. And I know it's like, but if they have everybody returning and Nick Chubb looks good and Deshaun Watson is at least serviceable, I mean, they made it as far as they did with all those injuries and with Joe Flacco. All due respect to Joe Flacco.
That didn't sound respectful.
I mean,
I think Joe Flacco is better than Deshaun Watson.
I think him coming off the couch and doing like what he did was really, really impressive. I think it fell apart in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he ran into the Strouds and they were like, nay, nay.
What else? You got Ravens all the way at 2, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm high on the Ravens. I might be a little too high on them, but losing Patrick Queen, but yeah, I think like getting Derrick Henry, if he stays healthy and they can they are going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah. And the Ravens staying healthy, that's always a question mark.
Correct.
Whatever
honestly,
they do.
The Chiefs are going to get up there. I feel like it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's still probably the Cowboys. Chiefs are probably 2 at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Niners and Eagles. It's mostly they hate each other.
Yeah. No, that's accurate.
Yeah.
100%.
And Eagles catch a lot of hate because they're in the same division as the Cowboys. So Cowboys fans really hate the Eagles. But I don't know nationally how hated are the Eagles.
I think it's the fan base that gets the rap of like, oh, the Eagles. Yeah.
If the Chiefs win another Super Bowl, they might pass the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm saying, hey, they got that. Lions do have to prove it. I think they're gonna be fine though. I think their team, like, there's nothing that's like telling me besides like a harder schedule that of like, oh man, they're not gonna at least be a good team this year.
Yeah, I think they proved that already. I think the year before when they were knocking on the playoff door, last year they proved that Dan Campbell and how they're building their team is not a fluke. It's not an accident. Now, I don't know if they'll get back to the NFC Championship game, but I think they'll be one of the top 5 teams in the NFC easily. Top 10 team for NFL all year? Yeah, probably. But every team's got to stay healthy. That's the one thing that is going to F at least 2 of our predictions right now.
100%. Bryce Young, that's the only thing that matters for the Panthers this year. Is he your guy?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that matters.
I don't even think you want to win that many games, Carolina. I think you want to be like 5-13 or 7-12, whatever the records are now.
Minshew was good last year. Yeah, like I think he's gonna be really darn solid, like on the Raiders. I'm
finally has a defense and weapons.
Yeah, the defense could be there.
Defense was very solid.
The offense, I'd be a little.
He had Jonathan Taylor. He had Michael Pittman. Josh Downs, looking good there. I think Gardner Minshew's not going to play as well because I think Shane Steichen is the reason he played so efficiently. I love Gardner Minshew. And if he's good for the Raiders, I will tolerate it. But I think he's taken a downgrade at the guy calling plays. The Raiders defense, very good. Yes, he has Devontae Adams, but I don't know. And I guess you'll throw Brock Bowers in the mix. That's an X factor.
Both? Can I say both? I think it's
both. I think
it's both. Because
I think if Dak Prescott played for any other team, he would be one of the most liked quarterbacks in the league.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, if he played for like the Cardinals.
Yeah, we'd be like, love that guy. Poor Cardinals holding him back. Cardinals really holding Dak back. But since he's the Cowboys, like that fucking underachiever, he sucks. He's the black Kirk Cousins. It's like he just catches heat always.
He does. Listen, Patrick Queen, I think is a very solid player, and like I like that signing for the Steelers. But yeah, Roquan Smith has really flourished with the Ravens. I'm glad he went to a good team finally. Random's
my power bottom 3.
Oh, who's your power bottom 3?
Titans, Commanders, Panthers.
In that order?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
So Panthers are the worst.
Yeah.
I understand.
I'm hopeful. Again, if I'm going to credit some of Baker Mayfield's success last year to Dave Canales, there's things I like that the Panthers are doing, but it's more of a, you got to prove it to me.
I agree with that.
And if I had seen something from Bryce Young last year to make me go, you know what? It was just the situation.
I did.
And the situation was bad.
Against the Packers, against Joe Barry, Bryce Young looked great. Looked fantastic. Looked wonderful.
Joe Barry. Oh, God. I forgot about that one game.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
We almost lost that game.
But even that, it was, no, that's fair.
And so, hold on. Let me say that. We almost lost that game to the Panthers, and the audacity, and I know I don't think you did it either. Cowboys are not in my top 10.
No.
Because someone was asking me this on Twitter. I go, I don't think that they've really done anything in the offseason. So they're basically the same team except for the offensive line additions, which I think is exactly what they needed, right? Yeah. I like that in the draft. However, I think they're still a team that lost to a 7th seed who almost lost to the Panthers. And I obviously love the Packers. I'm really high on them, but at home, there's just, they're another team. They have to prove it. Yeah. Prove it that you can win more than a couple more than a playoff game.
I think a big part of this too, at least with these rankings, it's kind of like a playoff of the draft, right? Like which teams kind of got you excited based on their draft.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, maybe smartly, are doing, let's get the unsexy picks.
Yep.
Maybe that'll pay long term. But I was like, I'm only going to pick one team from the NFC East to win. Like,
that's fair.
That's all I'm going to pick and I know it's not going to be the Giants or Commanders right now. So it's the Eagles or Cowboys.
Yeah.
And if I had to bet on one team to be better, I was going to go Eagles.
Yeah. I agree with that. Commanders, I think, will be okay. The Utah Joseph Smiths. That's what I think. Utah Joseph Smiths. That's the one. Jaguars, I didn't put them on there either. And that's a complete lack of faith. I really hope they do well. I love Trevor Lawrence. I was so high on the Jaguars last year. Perna was talking about Trevor Lawrence winning MVP. Like we were really hyping up the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And they freaking blew it, man. Their offense just never clicked on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And it was just not good.
I was just writing about this for a quarterback episode. And if the Jags blow it again, and if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play well, he's got 2 years left on his, because they picked up his 5th-year option or whatever. But the Jags can just move on from Trevor Lawrence if he doesn't do something in the next 2 seasons to prove that he's the dude. Like, there's no commitment there at this point.
I know. It's just.
And a year ago at this time, we were like, oh yeah, they should extend him now. They should extend it. It was just Urban Meyer destroying that man. He's good. Like Trevor Lawrence has shown you things, but there's still parts of his game he needs to fix.
I think the Titans are.
Did you watch them last year, Gary?
They don't get a ton of media coverage. Let's just put that right off the bat.
They got rid of a really good head coach.
2 years ago, when they were in the driver's seat, they lost their last 7 games after beating the Packers on Thursday Night Football and didn't make it. I think there are question marks about Will Levis. Not enough for them to go get a QB, but there's I think there's enough coming out of Tennessee in the offseason that obviously the Titans are excited about Will Levis, and I'm curious to see what he's going to do there. Throw on top of that their division. We're talking about the Jaguars. If they show up this year, they'll be fine. The Texans could win the division again. The Colts are going to be better. So I think the Titans are kind of being left behind. Plus, not a lot of people are talking about them. And they're in this kind of weird rebuild with a new head coach.
Yeah.
So I think all those things together makes people down on the Titans. So
maybe their offense is better. That's a hard thing to say, too, when you lose Derrick Henry. But we just didn't see enough of Will Levis last year for me to feel like I have a solid read on who he is as a quarterback.
I'm excited about Spears. I'm really excited about Spears.
Ajay.
Yeah, he should do well. I'm excited. So I think the Titans are going to be a solid team this year. And if Will Levis is good, then it can kind of put them over the top a little bit. But
yeah, they're in a transition year is what it feels like.
Yeah. So we'll see. We shall see. Perna, you cursed the Packers.
I'm not I wasn't
thrilled.
trying to.
I'm not thrilled.
I put them at 2 and they got cursed. And then I randomly, I don't see, I forgot, I didn't erase the numbers. So it was just set up from the Super Bowl. So I had to erase them and then I just filled them in. And then I put Kansas City as a secret curse on the back at number 3 in case it landed on number 3.
Yep.
And I thought it was about 2. And then it just clicked over to 2. And I was like, who did I put it to? Oh, this is hilarious.
So you should have cursed the Bills is what you're saying.
Could have cursed the Bills and the Chiefs. Then your Ravens thing would have looked really good.
I think we should really keep track of this. I know we're not going to, but we should keep track of this this is where we are in the offseason. This is our rankings. And then come back next year and go, how wrong were we? We should go back and look at our last year's and see what we had.
Well, and just we should track when we actually do our pre-week 1 rankings. Like, how much does a preseason change where we're at, right? Which team's going to lose a guy? And once training camp starts in July, It's like somebody's going to tear something at practice somewhere, and you're like, oh, God, this team lost this player before the season even started. It's happened the last 2 years for the Broncos with Tim Patrick. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some things that happen that change what we think about these teams before preseason games play, and then preseason's going to happen, and we'll be like, oh, God, the Bears – did they play Caleb Williams? Did he look amazing? It was like Bo Nix was great with the Broncos. Maybe I'd sneak him in there. I don't know. I don't know. You just don't know, Tom.
Just get a blessed wheel. Blessed. Chaotic good wheel.
No blessings. The fuck is that shit?
You literally put teams in heaven.
Yeah, that's different. It's an imaginary place for fun.
Oh yeah,
Hell is real.
I was so wrong on the Rams last year. Oh, that aged horribly. It's true. I also didn't expect like Puka Nacua to look that good. Matthew Stafford, we didn't know what goes on, injuries, and we didn't know if their offensive line was that neat to good. But yeah, that one.
They getting there.
Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy? You're going on vacation in 2 days. So, folks, just an FYI, no GPS for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe a week from Friday might be coming back.
Yeah, I'll be good for Friday.
Okay. Wait, what do people got to look forward to while you're away?
While I'm away, we're gonna hopefully we have the 2020 season recap.
Okay.
Might run into some hard drive issues there. We'll see.
Okay.
Got another video about the greatest play everyone forgets in NFL history. And today I've got 2 ideas. One is about NFL Network, ESPN, the firings, taking it from a bigger episode. But then the other one is there's some more Sean Payton, Russell Wilson drama news that came out this weekend about Russ not knowing how to call plays. And they had to simplify it to 2-word phrases for him.
Oof.
So we'll see.
That's not great.
No, I mean, if it's true, it's fucking horrible. And it's from a Didi Kinkabwala, so I feel like there's some truth there.
Yeah.
What do you got, Tom?
It's going to be a ton of reaction videos coming out this week, just because I got to get back on them. I'm hoping to release a video at the end of the week. I'm finalizing a bunch of stuff today for the international trip. If it's not coming out this week with like dates and times and locations for meetups, it'll be beginning of next week. So we'll be doing that.
Nice.
So I get to I've been stressing about that, trying to book all that stuff. So yeah, don't worry. They'll be coming out this week. I might do a skip today. We'll see what happens. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in about a week and a half with some GPS. Brandon, have a fantastic vacation.
Thank you, Tom.
No problem. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
You've reached your destination.